What did romance look like 100,000 years ago? Forget everything Hollywood has taught you. The popular image of a caveman dragging a woman by her hair isn't supported by archaeological evidence. In fact, if our ancestors had behaved that way all the time, our species might never have survived. Long before cities, kings, or even farming, humans were already choosing partners, raising children, and forming social bonds. Love may not have looked exactly like it does today, but the foundations of attraction, cooperation, and family were already taking shape deep in prehistory. So how did an ancient human actually approach a woman? There were no dating apps, no weddings, no restaurants, no flowers. Yet somehow millions of generations successfully found partners and built families that eventually led to us. The answer begins with a surprising fact. For nearly 95% of human history, our ancestors lived as hunter-gatherers. Small groups of perhaps 20 to 50 people traveled together across forests, grasslands, rivers, and coastlines. Everyone depended on one another to survive. That completely changed how relationships worked. Imagine meeting someone in a group where everyone already knows everyone else. There was no hiding your personality. People saw how you treated children, how generous you were, whether you shared food, whether you stayed calm during danger, whether you helped the elderly. Every action quietly became part of your reputation. In this world, attraction wasn't only about appearance. Being a skilled hunter mattered, but so did kindness, cooperation, intelligence, patience. A partner who constantly fought with others could threaten the survival of the entire group. Evolution rewarded something unexpected, not simply the strongest individual, but those who could build trust. Because raising a human child is one of the biggest commitments in the animal kingdom. Unlike many animals that mature within months, human children require years of care. That meant mothers, fathers, grandparents, relatives, and even friends often worked together. Choosing the right partner wasn't just about romance. It could determine whether your future children survived at all, and that's where the real story begins. So if prehistoric humans didn't have dating apps, expensive gifts, or romantic dinners, how did they actually attract a partner? The answer may sound surprisingly familiar. Long before humans built houses, they were already building something far more valuable, a reputation. In small hunter-gatherer bands, everyone knew everyone. There were no strangers. Every successful hunt, every act of generosity, every moment of courage quietly increased your social value. Imagine returning to camp carrying food after a successful hunt. Instead of keeping everything for yourself, you shared it. Not because you had to, because everyone was watching. Anthropologists believe food sharing wasn't just about survival. It also signaled reliability, a quality that made someone far more attractive as a long-term partner. But hunting wasn't the only way to impress. Some people excelled at making stone tools. Others knew where edible plants grew. Some were gifted storytellers, skilled healers, or experts at tracking animals. Every ability increased your importance to the community, and with it, your chances of finding a mate. Even appearance mattered. Archaeologists have discovered shell beads, animal teeth necklaces, feathers, pigments, and ochre used as body decoration dating back tens of thousands of years. These weren't necessary for survival. They were expressions of identity, perhaps even attraction, much like clothing or jewelry today. Imagine meeting someone around a campfire, their body painted with rich red ochre, beautiful shells hanging around their neck, feathers woven into their hair. Every decoration told a story, where they had traveled, who they belonged to. How skilled they were, even how creative they could be. Then came the evening. The fires burned brightly. People gathered together, and this is where one of humanity's oldest forms of courtship likely began. Music, dance, and storytelling. These weren't just entertainment. They may have been humanity's very first dating rituals.